think when we think of today, this will be the most iconic picture. John Clarke's coffin, sitting with the Portuguese flags surrounding him. John Clarke. But John knows that football goes on, and he knows that Celtic go on. He had been around for 84 years to show the next generation of players the way forward. And whilst we pay respects to them today, and there was fantastic amount of people, over 42,000 people watched the live stream of the Celtic funeral. It was an unbelievable amount of people around the world watching it. And I think John would say, hail, hail, and get on with it. I think he would. I think he would say, let's get on with it. We never stop. We never stop. It was a mantra that was penned by Postecoglou, but and the reality is, since 1967, Celtic have always thrived. Celtic have went through hard times, but John would have been glad to see a new bunch of players achieving that iconic 9 in a row for the second time. And we need to remember that. When we've seen managers like Neil Lennon, when we've seen captains like Scott Brown, when you've seen players that had just a little time at Celtic but were legends down in the English Premiership, turn up to watch, to attend a great man's funeral. It was an unbelievable sight, and it's something that I'm so glad. I will say there's one negative thing about today, and I'm quite disappointed that a Celtic podcast decided to go live when that funeral was on. I thought that was bad taste. And that's all I'm going to say on it. Because I've been on the bad side of the Celtic fans a year past October. That's all I'm going to say. But tonight it is all about what players will play on the park tonight. Celtic are at the City Stadium. The grass is looking amazing. The grass is looking absolutely amazing at the City Park Stadium. It's looking really good. It's a pitch that Celtic will definitely enjoy playing on tonight, this evening. This evening sees the start. Yes, it is the start of the 25-26 season. It's the first pre-season game. I am putting all the pre-season games into a playlist so that we can go back and check on them. There will be a playlist called the 25-26 season playlist, and there's the pitch that Celtic will be playing on tonight. Fantastic looking pitch, and I'm sure we'll see what happens, because it's always the same when you've got one of these pre-season games. When you do have a pre-season game, it's a bore fest. Let's not say anything. Let's not deny it. The first pre-season game of the season is always a bore fest, and it's all about just one thing, Baz. It's fucking blowing a gale out there. Oh my goodness. What happened to the summer? What happened to you all basking in the sunshine? What happened to you like 30 odd degrees and everything? And I was in the pool half an hour ago, just saying, and we're living like vampires with all the shutters down. But anyway, Kaiser's in the house. You're on the right side of the history, Baz. Free Palestine. Yeah, some fans were mad about it, but you never disrespected legends by gratification and going live during the Kaiser. It disappointed me today, mate. It did. I mean, I wasn't even watching it on the Celtic, on this channel. I was watching it on one of my other channels. I logged into a different channel by mistake, and I was watching it, and a notification came up that they were live, and I clicked on it, and there was about 500 people watching, and I thought, that's bad. That's bad. Do you know, that's fucking, that's bad. But, do you know, it is what it is. And when you've got a business, and when you're running a YouTube channel as a business, like the Celtic State of Mind is, I'm fucking going to mention them. Yep, the Celtic State of Mind were live during a Celtic legend's funeral. Anyway, that's the last I'm going to say on it. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you. I always got to see them making money from Celtic and running a business. Kaiser, I don't knock anybody doing Celtic channels, right? I mean, there's all sorts out there doing Celtic channels, but when there's a come on, it's a Lisbon Lions funeral. You don't go live during a Lisbon Lions funeral. Do you know what I mean? You just don't. I don't care what they say. You just don't. You know, you're down tools. Everything stops. Everything. It's maybe just the way I am. Do you know? Anyway, Lorna Gallagher's in the house. Celtic have announced a signing. Have they? What, tonight? They have not, have they? Let me just jump onto their website. Oh, God! Inamura's at Celtic! Oh, breaking news! Celtic have just announced. Thank to Michelle. Michelle, you're do you know what? Let me just see. Michelle deserves this. She's getting made a moderator. Because she does so much for this channel. It's breaking news tonight, but just before the Celtic team is announced, it's breaking news that Celtic have signed Hayato Inamura. I'm excited to join Celtic. Celtic are delighted to announce the signing. Breaking news again! We've done it again! Another season we've broken Celtic news live. Yes! We've done it! Continuously over the last 4 seasons we've managed to break Celtic news live, and we've done it once again. Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of Hayato Inamura, who has joined the club on a 4-year deal from Japanese side, subject to international clearance. The 23-year-old defender becomes the latest player to arrive at Celtic during the transfer window. He will link up with fellow countrymen Daisen Maeda and Rio Hitati. Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers said, "We are delighted to bring Hayato to Celtic, and we're looking forward to working with him. He's a young player full of promise and potential. I know that he is delighted to be taking the next step in his career by joining us, and we look forward to welcoming him to the squad. He will wear the number 25 jersey like his fellow countryman and great Celtic, Sanshuki Nakamura." Celtic are delighted. He's delighted to have joined the champions. He has done an interview on Celtic TV. He told Celtic TV, "Many Japanese players have had success at this club. Across the world, this is a massive club. It is really well known. I am truly excited to be joining. It's a huge opportunity for me. So far, even the current Japanese players have been performing at a high level. I think that's why there are expectations on Japanese players. I really want to live up to those expectations and do my best. The reason I chose 25 is because of the options I was given. This one really stood out to me. Obviously, regarding Nakamura, I used to pretend that was him. His kicking style when I was a kid. He was one of my favourite players, it goes on to say. And then that's it. Watch the rest of it on Celtic TV, as they say. You'll probably need to pay to watch the full one. But that's it. Brilliant news. Yes. Absolutely brilliant. The team news is out, Baz. God, it's all happening tonight, isn't it? Michelle is on the ball. No, the team news isn't out. It is! The team news is out. The team news. Whoa! Woofed. What a team. Ross is in goals. Donovan, Murray, Trusty, Frame, McGregor, Engels, McCowan, Bonner, Montgomery and Johnny Kenny starts. What the mother has Brendan Rodgers done to Celtic tonight? It's an unbelievable team. And I didn't even get the subs. This is, we'll just do a big huge one. There we go. Sounds wrong, but there we go. Let me get the team straight up onto here. As always, where's the fucking team gone? There we go. And it should be live now. I'll just bring this down here. So there's your team. Ross, Dohan, young Donovan, young Murray, Trusty, young Mitchell Frame. Is it Mitchell Frame? It's Mitchell Frame, isn't it? Callum McGregor, Arnie Engels, Luke McCowan, Jude Bonner, young Montgomery and Johnny Kenny. The subs. It's the Celtic. Whoever done that? They're just trying to just muck it up for us all, aren't they? There's the subs. Clark, Summers, McPherson, Robertson, Uri, McArdle, Turley, Welsh. God, it is a young squad, isn't it? It's all the young. This is what I said. It's always the same when Celtic play the first game of pre-season. First game of pre-season is all about just getting as many as the younger players out as possible and getting them game time. So what do you think about that team? It's unbelievable, isn't it? Jim White's kicking himself. Is he? I think that team, it's what I expected, to be honest. It's what I expected because, let's face it, Celtic always do this the first game of the season. They let the more experienced players have that. They've had that little bit. They've not had as much time off. The younger players will all had their chance. Osman's on the bench. Criminal, says Michelle. That Osman's on the bench. I don't think it's criminal. Is he on the bench? No, he's not. He's not on the bench. He's not on the bench at all, which is interesting. McArdle, I need to try and get a better picture of the team. Because that one's rank rotten. It is what it is, isn't it? It's a first game back pre-season team. That's all it is. It's a first season back pre-season team. But the big news is, I mean, Celtic haven't even bothered putting the team out on the website. They're just out with good news. Obviously, they've had a lot of the media attention today will be taken over by the fact that we buried an absolute legend today. And I still say that Celtic played a blinder by doing this in respect to John Clark, and especially with what happened with Jota and Andre, the two Portuguese players that passed away. Obviously there's lots of mourning for the Liverpool player, but his brother's not getting as much mentioned as much on the BBC as you would expect, to be honest. But when it comes to it, that's it. Celtic are back, and it is all about the youngsters. Brendan Rodgers will be looking at some of these youngsters. They'll be looking at Dane Murray. Big opportunity for him. The fact that Rocky has left the building. He'll be saying to Dane Murray, this is your chance, lad. Prove to me that you're good enough to push for this first team position. Prove to me tonight that you are. You're saying it's criminal. He's not on the bench. Yeah, I've seen that, Michelle. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, I know. I was reading that right. I've got just 3-4 different tabs open here. It's like, Jesus. Last time I seen so many tabs, it was the 1990s. Which Summers is on the bench? It'll be Ben Summers. Let's take a bit of reflection on before we get right into the game again. Let's take just a little bit of time to reflect on that service today. I thought it was an absolutely beautiful service. It was. This is when one side note that I will say, I mean, I even said to the missus, I was like, Peter Lawwell's looking quite thin. You know, I was like, Peter Lawwell's lost a lot of weight. I hope he's keeping okay. Get the specs. I need new ones, but anyway, yeah, the service Ann Summers. Don't start that nonsense. Does she play left back? Oh, I heard she was a dud. Anyway, right, let's move on. Yeah, it was an absolute a blinder of a service today, and it was beautiful. And this is when you look back the years at Celtic, right, and when Celtic really come into their own, it's at times like this. Do you know, Liverpool fans are doing it just now as well, because they've lost a fantastic player, and they come together as a community, and when a football club really, really comes together, it's a strong force. It's a massively strong force. And today was one of those days. Ibrox boofies. I think that, you know, for all the disagreements that fans have and everything, and all the banter that we have, it really made me proud to be a Celtic fan today and see so many people online watching that. And I mean that with all my heart. For over 42,000 people to take time out of their day, because a lot of people would have been working, you know, and there was a lot of people, different time zones. It was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I've seen enough death and funerals in my life. I'm going to sit and watch a live stream on it in my living room. Each to their own. Each to their own. Says skinhead boy shits to shibbon. God rest George Clark. Yeah, anyway, right, we're moving on because we need to talk about the fact that the not so young Ross that came back to Celtic this year is making his first start for Celtic. Is this Brendan Rodgers throwing down the gauntlet, taking the glove off and throwing it at the keeper and saying, right, young man, you're back at Celtic, let's see what you can do, prove to me that you're better than Sinisalo, because let's face it, Sinisalo is champing at the bit to rip the number one gloves off of Kasper Schmeichel this season, and with the performances that he puts in, the performances that he put in towards the end of last season were absolutely phenomenal, and he knows that he's the number one next season. But Ross has got a massive opportunity on his hands to go, you know what, I'm going to push you all the way, mate. You might be younger than me, but I grew up through Celtic. I've lived this. Do you know, being back here today, going to that funeral, this is what we are about. This is what our family is about. This is what we do. We come together. We fight for each other. Sinisalo will be sitting there today going, fucking hell, man, this is just, it's nuts. But he's got a fight in his hands. And I hope that Ross pushes him every single bit of the way to show that if he wants to keep the number one jersey, he's going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight every single minute for it. Anyway, it's a big game for Jude Bonner. Jude Bonner is a player that had fleeting appearances towards the end of last season. Montgomery's been out on loan. Brendan Rodgers will want to see how far he's came on. Mitchell Frame, young player from the B team. Dane Murray, that's the big one for me. Watch how Dane Murray plays today, because that will give us an indication on Brendan Rodgers' thoughts. I expect Dane Murray to play the full game. I think there's players, and some of the players will. Obviously, there'll be a massive swap at half-time, as always with these games. Johnny Kenny, it's a massive game for him because he knows that there's a young guy just came in from Fulham that's champing on the door saying, Brendan, do you know what? I'm wanting game time. Johnny Kenny has to come out and be on fire tonight. Will he be on fire because it's the first pre-season game of the season? Will it be played like a typical pre-season game? Do you know, will it be take their time getting into it? Or will Brendan Rodgers said, right, you're straight back into it, pressure, like we did last season. Last season was fucking brilliant. We played Chelsea like it was a Champions League game. You know, we played Man City like it was a Champions League game. I hope that we go into this pre-season with that same intensity, that same desire from the team. Because you know what? Because if you're not pushing, and if you're not playing 110%, and if you're not performing 110%, there's someone sitting that isn't even on the bench tonight that's waiting to take your place in the team. So anyway, let's jump into Adam Montgomery was playing whether he wanted or not with no one else. Lanky's in the house. Last year we played Queen's Park and won the game 6-4. First scorer was Kyogo. Who will be the first scorer tonight? Well, the first goal scorer was Kyogo. Kyogo is on his way to Birmingham. And I just hope Celtic have got a little bit of a sell-on clause, because it looks like Birmingham are going to get him for around about 10 million. The new striker in the squad, no, he's not. Johnny Kenny's playing tonight. And then the rest of... Let me just jump back onto the Celtic website and refresh, because they've not put out the team on the website. Queen's Park, let's read the match centre. 57 minutes until kick-off. Lineups, they've not even got the lineup on the website. What are you playing at Celtic? I can understand. I mean, it was all, everything would be, but if they'd planned it out, they could have had it all automated in time to go out. I mean, you can do that with websites. You know, you can automate the release of information, but it's not even on the website. The team. So the players that is the players that are on the park tonight. And the subs, apologies about the quality of the picture. It was taken from Twitter, where Celtic released the information earlier on. Let me just go back and see. Let's try that again, actually. And we'll upload it again, see if that makes any difference. There we go. Oof. Huge. Yeah, that's better. There we go. There's your team there. There's the full team. We'll get the team right up there. So there's your full team. Dohan, Donovan, Murray, Trusty, Frame, McGregor, Engels, McCowan, Bonner. Johnny Kenny is... Let me just take this down a bit. Johnny Kenny, and then the subs that are on the bench. 2 goalkeepers, young Ben, Summers, McPherson, Robertson, Uri, McArdle, Hatton, Turley. Welsh is on the bench. Welsh is better to be sitting thinking, and I need to get out of here. If you're not going to make the first team, if you're not going to make the first pre-season game of the season, I mean, the manager knows what Welsh can do, and the manager will say, look, I need you there just in case for backup. I need you just in case for backup tonight, because I'm not sure that this young team, this team should be good enough to go out and do the business. But it's like you say, you never know with Celtic. You just never know. Can we squeeze that down a bit and then do this? I'll just get take that over there. That gets the full team back up there. Right, let's jump back into the comments and see what you're saying about it. Why you played the captain in this meaningless game. He plays enough games. Paul, you're always going to play... You're always going to play the captain. I think that he's the most experienced player in the team. I would have liked to have seen James Forrest starting But it doesn't matter. The first game, you're always going to play as much as the B team as possible. We did the same last season. Yeah, he gets 2 or 3 games playing the younger players. It sees what quality they're at, where they're at, how ready they are for the first team, and then there'll be talk about where they're going to go out on loan, because a lot of these players are playing to prove that they're good enough. That's the only reason that they're in this team tonight. A lot of them are playing to prove that they're good enough to be in the first team squad, not to start every week, but to be there and showing that they've got the mentality, the physicality, all the things that Brendan Rodgers speaks about. Do they have the maturity? Do they have the physicality? Do they have the mentality to be able to compete on a week-to-week basis in the first team picture? And Brendan Rodgers might look at them against this game tonight and do you know what? He's just not doing it for me. And it does that every season. So it'll be interesting. The first couple of games of pre-seasons are always the same. But anyway, the big news tonight really is, I need to change the headline on the bottom. Done deal. It's cheeky Celtic, cheeky Celtic tonight, putting out a signed player right before a ball's kicked. Talk about trying to steal the headlines. Put done deal. Well, we all know it's a done deal because he was pictured coming to Glasgow, wasn't he? Everybody was tracking his flight and everything. And perfect. Right, Inamura looks like oh Jesus. He's taking Nakamura's 25 jersey. Will he live up to the name? Nah. Michelle, I don't think he will, because they're completely different players. He's coming in as a defender, unless he can take a absolutely cracking free kick. If he comes in and he's a free kick specialist, it'll be a case of hold my pint, even though it's flavoured water. It will be a case of hold my pint and I'm going to show you what I can do. Maybe he can, we don't know. Stuart Ramsey's in the house. Larkwind are pals in the house. Here with Celtic. The coefficient say Europe's the worry. I'm not even worried about that yet. Nakamura was class, but we've got Dyson Maeda. Do you know, Dyson Maeda is a completely different bunny rabbit altogether. He's a completely different machine. But anyway, we wish Inamura all the best at Celtic, and it's going to be an interesting one, considering we've just today released a player that it'll be interesting to know how long the loan deal is. Is it for 6 months with a loan to buy, or is it for the full season for Bignorowski? Is it for the full season for him to go out on loan, then the option to buy? Because it could be that Celtic are going to end up losing money with him. The new signing Benji looks like he can ping a free kick. Yep. Will he be the new... We don't get a lot of free kicks though. How many free kicks... You could probably count on one hand how many direct free kicks Celtic get in the course of a season. That's true, because every team sits back with a bank of 5 and a bank of 4, and they don't dive in. So you tend to get free kicks more when there's players running at the defence. But we play that slow, and we back teams back into their own box. We very rarely get free kicks outside the box. And then when we do, it's either Paulo Bernardo that takes them or Luke McCowan. And they've never been very good, have they? Everyone in this place plus Will Brendan's going nowhere. He's been signed to sell merch over there. He took Nakamura's shirt at the 25th. Yeah, he does that. Let's just get a little picture of him. There is a picture. I'll just do this. Hayato Inamura. Does he speak English? No, not a word. What we'll do is, thanks to Celtic TV, they hate YouTubers, don't they? YouTubers just don't play the game. That's why we're YouTubers, mate. Do this, and then we will get him up onto, because it is his picture for the done deal. This will be all over every Celtic website in the morning. But there he is. We've all seen the team. Let's see the man himself. He looks a bit slim for me. Like he's a bit Johnny Kenny-ish when we sent Johnny Kenny back to Ireland to beef him up a bit. Don't know, he's a bit like that. Just saying. I'm actually liking this season's strip. I should have bought it when I was home. Quite liking the wee tartan effect. This just seems to be working on me for some reason. I never usually liked the tartan ones. I just thought it's no Celtic. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking tartan pish. But I quite like it. I quite like that one. It's growing on me. It is growing on me. What do you think? A goal for Ibrox. Jordan wasn't fit when we brought him in 2 years early. He looks about 12. He had beef to his noodles. That's terrible, mate. That's terrible. It was Tisdale that scouted Inamura. Well, this is going to be an interesting one, because this will determine whether Tisdale is Jota's free kick against Real Madrid. Yeah, it was cracking, wasn't it? If it was him, Tisdale, that scouted him, it's either going to be a fantastic signing, but for me, you've got to go back to what Brendan Rodgers says about players and physicality. And he looks as if he'd get pushed over by a feather. He looks thinner than Kyogo. Do you know, you've got a big bunch of defenders and strikers in Scottish football that are all 6 foot plus, and do you know, big stocky machines, and they've got one objective in the game, and that's just to run into you. There's nothing beautiful football, sexy football in their game. It's just meat and bone stuff, and it's just bone crushing. Dane Murray will be good in my opinion. I think Dane Murray is one that I'm really looking forward to see tonight. He was unlucky towards the end of last season. When Vardy burst onto the scene, he had a 28-inch waist but could run like the Clappers. Side of a fiver. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible banter by you lot. Let me see if Celtic have put it out on their Twitter. The fact that they're just going for it with overload with information, innit? Let's see what some of the fans are saying on Twitter about it. Welcome to the home of champions. But I'm sorry, it's totally wrong. Yet Brendan Rodgers is getting another player while Elena is literally down to the bare bones. What the fuck is that to do with the first team? Peter Lawwell delighted, another cheap punt. Welcome to the most successful team. He can play centre back and left back. Press usually reliable. So it looks like he's been brought in really to play beside Cameron Carter-Vickers. And his ranking when it comes to, he's like second in the league for all the defenders for a lot of things. So interesting. We'll just wait and see. We'll cast judgment on him later. I don't think that you can judge. I mean, you're just going to get a whole load of negativity because he costs so little money. And that's the reality of where we're at. Inamura's definitely getting game time. He definitely get game time this season. Scoreline poll, Baz says Fishing Scotland. A scoreline, a poll on the first one of the season. Right, last season it was 6-4. I'm going to go 3 now. 4. Oops, 105. Oh, I'm going to go this one just to... There you go. There's my score predictions. I'm not a bookie, so you might think they're completely crazy. There's a poll. Michelle's going for 5-2. Fishing Scotland's going for 3-1. Kieran's going for 4-2. Celtic. Ian Roy's going for 5-0. I'm going to be honest. I'm not overly. We'll get the team picture back up. I should have looked at the team that played last season. And the game last season. That's why I've put this into a playlist, so we can do this for future reference. We'll just go into the playlist for pre-season games. So every pre-season game will be on its own playlist on YouTube. But when you look at it, Montgomery, yeah, Johnny Kenny's going to have... If Johnny Kenny scores 3 tonight, it'll be, right, yeah, he's impressive. I think everyone's going to be looking at Johnny Kenny, and then you've got a young striker on the bench. You do have an striker on the bench. The one I want to see McCardle coming on. I want to see what he's like in this kind of game. And young Turley. Turley's a player that got a bit of game time the season before, and people thought that he would maybe get some game time this season, so last season. But we'll wait and see. It's all about how the players react and how they're back into the groove. I mean, they've only been back in training a week. They've only been back in training a week. There's no so much of the... I don't know how much technical stuff they would have got done this week. I mean, it's just a continuation. The B team plays like the same way as the first team. A lot of these players have been out on loan. A lot of these players that are playing tonight have been out on loan or on the bench. So it'll be a case of getting back up to work the way that Celtic play. It should be like just putting on a pair of slippers really for these guys. They've came through the system. They know how we play. They know what's expected, and this is their big chance. It's as simple as that. Brendan Rodgers will say to them, you know, tonight's your night. You know it's a pre-season game, but tonight's your big chance. Go out and impress me. Some crazy 5-1 scorelines coming in. 42% of you reckon it'll be a 5-1 scoreline. You're kind of hoping it will be. This game is to see if the younger generation can cut it, says Boy67. Yep, exactly. It's all about just seeing if they're good enough to see where they go from here, whether they go back out on loan, whether they're kept in and around the first team. But then it's Brendan Rodgers has got to think, how much opportunity? Look at what happened last year when we played Falkirk in the Cup. I give players that were squad players opportunities, and they almost fluffed it. You know. Anamura looks like he can pass the ball for what I've seen. We'll give him time. Kenny needs to shine tonight. It's his chance. Kieran says, yeah, I think so as well. Johnny Kenny's got to go out and he's got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and say, look, I'm the player that you're all going to be talking about at the end of the game. Talking about the Japanese boy that's just signed for Celtic today. Technical ability, physicality can be earned and learned. Ooh. Do you get time at Celtic though? I mean, you're saying that this guy coming in from Japan and he's got time. Does he have time? Did Arne Engels get time? Do you know, did Adam Ida get time? Do you know, this is... but that's the only chance they will have. They won't get another chance. Yeah, you only get one chance to impress the manager. Need to set up the fire stick lol, says Kaiser. I was going to give you a shout later, Kaiser, because I might be there might be a change to the whole lives during season game time, but it wouldn't be a drink along. It would be a live watch along time, but not a drink along, unless you're still doing your drink alongs. Straight into the gym, like at Celtic or Lumpet. Yeah. No time. Chuck in the deep end the best way. But what if he's too lightweight? Do you know, what if Shankland at Hearts, for instance? Shankland at Hearts is a big boy. He's no lightweight. Do you know what I mean? He likes to put his elbows up there. Do you know? He likes to slide into defenders. He likes to give defenders as good as he's get. Could you imagine Shankland going in against this Japanese boy? I hope his technical ability can make him better. Ronnie Briggs got time. Hey, he did that, didn't he? But Tommy Burns got time. It's a different era, though, isn't it? It's a completely different era. Let's be honest, because you can look back Celtic history. We can all look back at players that came through the system and got time. Callum McGregor got time. You know, he got time and he was loaned out. James Forrest got time. Kieran Tierney got time. Do you know, Tommy Burns got time. Do you know, there's lots of players got time. But in the modern day and age, and the social media, and I don't mean it from the Celtic perspective, I mean it from the Celtic fan base and the social media. I mean, we're all jumping on. Back in the day, you got your bus home for the football. You spoke to your mates about the game on the bus going the way back, whether it was shite or not. You fucking maybe didn't talk about it. You maybe got on, you were pissed. Maybe even to this day, you get on the bus, it's fucking hood up, fuck it, I'm going to sleep. We'll do a sober long. Yeah, Kaiser, I'm looking at paid software rather than going down the OBS route. I don't want to do the paid software line because it just looks like everybody else, but I'm trying to come up with a format that will look completely different from everyone else. The poll should say Kaiser get his spanner back, yes or no. He's too busy moonlighting. He thinks I'm daft. He's too busy moonlighting. He's only on here tonight because that other channel's probably not on. It was a mistake taking off, actually. I was deleting, I was blocking some people. I'll be honest, I was blocking some people on the channel, and I accidentally took Kaiser off the spanner, and then I couldn't mind his YouTube name. Anyway, the score predictions. There's 84 votes in. Let's get it up to 100 votes. There's been over 1,700 people on this live tonight. There's been over 1,700 people on the live already. There's 426 on. Let's get the votes up because there's only 86 votes. You know, 1,740 people have watched the video so far. There's 426 currently live, but there's only 86 votes. Let's get the vote going. I've not got a link for the stream if anyone needs it. Moonlighting. Kaiser the traitor. Pumping himself out. So anyway, what will the score be tonight? Will it be 3-0? 26% say 3-0. 4-2. 32% say 4-2. 5-1. 39% are going for 5-1. And 1-1. Fuck. Monty says that he's a lightweight. 1-1. I am that, Kaiser. I am that. 1-1. It would be a massive shock if it was 1-1. I think Brendan Rodgers would be secretly fucking. If it was 1-1, if the worst, the stream starts. The Celtic stream starts in around about 40 minutes. The face painter got bumped. Is the game on the Fire Stick? Yes, it'll be on Celtic TV on the Fire Stick. Just a Wednesday and Friday, but it's Friday the night, you moonlighting schlank. Don't see many goals, to be truthful. That's my issue. Obviously, Kyogo scored the first goal last season. When you look at it, is it on any streaming sites? No, I doubt it because it's on Celtic TV. It's usually only on streaming sites when it's on Sky or something. First goal will be a Trusty header. I tell you one thing, I mean, everyone's given Trusty stick It's going to be interesting because Cameron Carter-Vickers, if Cameron Carter-Vickers is out for any length of time at the start of the season, DJ Singy's in the house. How are you, mate? If Cameron Carter-Vickers is out again at the start of the season, Dane Murray has got to take this opportunity. He has to do this pre-season what Liam Scales did all those years ago. When Liam Scales was 1 foot out the door, thinking, that's it, I'm going to Aberdeen. I'm going to go back to Aberdeen. You know, I'm not getting the chance at Celtic. He just needs to keep working hard and prove tonight that he's the man to be standing there beside Trusty if Cameron Carter-Vickers is out. And even worse, he could be the man to be standing beside Cameron Carter-Vickers. That's what he's got to do. You know, there's a lot of players. Mitchell Frame, it'll be good to see how he does. Young boy Donovan. The thing is there's probably about 5 of these players that are in this squad tonight that will not be seen the rest of this season. Whilst they play this game, they're not going to be in and around the first team at all. They'll probably get loaned out. They'll get their chance tonight. And then, you've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. 2 young goalkeepers. Which means Brendan Rodgers will probably try out 3 goalkeepers tonight. He's got a decision to make with them. Do you know, you've got 3 keepers to play for the B team. None of these keepers are going to be getting a chance when it comes to the first team throughout the season, unless Kasper Schmeichel gets injured or something ridiculous, and then they're up training. But you've got your second and third choice goalkeeper, and you've got lots of experience. There's going to have to be conversations with Brendan Rodgers, and he's going to say, you're going to have to go out on loan, but it's what level do you go out on loan? And how long of contracts do these guys have? Because as we've seen, is there's players that have came through the system that have not been good enough, that have been in and around the B team, that have went out on loan, and then they've just been let go. They've just been let go. They're not getting the chance. So, you know, it's a difficult one for Brendan Rodgers. A really difficult one. I'm glad he's the manager. And there's your new defender. He will need to bulk up. He will need to bulk up. I could be wrong, could be completely wrong. Anyway, let's see what Celtic headlines are in. Palma, like Odin and Lagerbielke and Rocky out on loan. Kwon in limbo. Palma unwanted. Like Odin. Do people not see people that write for Celtic blogs? Do they not know that Odin Ohm is on loan till December? So to say that he's unwanted is a lie. He's on loan until December, and there's no option to buy. That drives me nuts. And Rocky's out on loan. Right, but Rocky's out on loan with an option to buy. See what I mean? So, anyway. Hatu Inamura will win the same shirt as a Celtic legend. Celtic confirmed the 5th summer signing. 5 signings already in the first game of pre-season. 5 signings, but we'll finish this poll off because it's looking like that's going to win. I'll do another quick poll, and there we go. There's a new poll question for you. There's 450 people on the live. Is the squad better and stronger yet than last season? That's just an honest question. Trying to get the feel for... We've made 5 signings. We've got 5 players in. 5 players in already. 2 sold. Another couple in the process of being sold. What's your thoughts? Is the squad better and stronger yet than last season? pretty emphatic straight away. 75% say no. No, it's not. Remember, we brought back Kieran Tierney. We've brought back Ross Doohan as the third choice goalkeeper. We have brought in a third choice potential striker, a young player that Brendan Rodgers hasn't even put on the bench tonight. No, young player from Fulham is not even on the bench. And then you're bringing in this guy from Japan who has just signed for Celtic today. Is he going to make the squad better and stronger? Is he better than Rocky? Does he have the physicality more than Rocky? Does he look like the big beefy ball-head defender that you need at the back, that just goes through everyone, goes through strikers, goes to, you know, when it comes to corners, jumps up there and fucking, do you know what I mean? Everyone's scared of him. He's not a Bobo Baldi, is he? He looks like Bobo Baldi's Bairn. No, he doesn't. It doesn't even look like Bobo Baldi's Wayne. He does look about 12 though, doesn't he? It's like, Jesus, are you sure you're 20 odd, mate? And it could be one of the best defenders yet. It could be one of the best defenders. I'll tell you the one thing, there's fans that are voting with their numbers tonight. There's only 60 votes so far. 82% are saying the squad better and stronger yet than last season. 82% are saying no. Look at the bench. At the end of last season, it was dire, and we are selling players. KT and Benji, 100% stronger. Yeah, but that's two positions. Is it stronger though? Because we've lost Greg Taylor and we've lost Nico Kuhn. So the squad's not stronger. That's a like-for-like replacement. It's just a like-for-like replacement. It doesn't. I'm talking about the squad. Let's not talk about individual players and what they bring to the team. Let's talk about the squad. That's what the question is. Is the squad better and stronger? Two players doesn't make the squad 100% stronger, Francis. We missed the boat on Penrith. I don't think that we even made inquiries about him, to be honest. I think Brendan Rodgers will want to see how these younger players at Celtic do before making decisions on what's the point of this game, says Danny Boy. It's the same as every pre-season, mate. It's the same as everyone. Another two in next week, Baz, says Mikey. Let's hope so. Of course there will be. He might be a Bruce Lee type guy. Pierce your kidney with his wee finger. Oh, I tell you one thing. I hope he is. And I hope he's got the pace. Penrith or Inamura, they play in two different positions. Penrith is a left back, Inamura is a centre back. So it's two different positions. So can't be able to tell you that yet, Baz. Yes, I missed your first message, Hank. Few people are saying that it's stronger. As it stands just now, when you look at the bench to the last game of the season, for our sins, don't think that we have missed any of our shows, Baz, but really get in lives because in the States on the 4th of July today, happy. Oh, you're in Courtbridge. Fucking what a come down for you. Jesus. Peter. God, Courtbridge is God's country, to be fair. Courtbridge is God's country, and there's some crazy ass Celtic fans for Courtbridge. Yes, that's all I'm saying. Courtbridge is a fantastic part of the world, but it's a bit of come down. It's like, are you off to the weekend? I'm going to Courtbridge, man. When the Yanks are like, what? You're going to where? What bridge? Courtbridge. That fucking jacket. Fucking. No, anyway, enough of that nonsense. Happy Independence Day to all. And we do have a lot of people that watch from the United States. He's from Courtbridge, Baz. I know that. He's not going to come here on holiday, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's not going to like. I mean, who comes from Florida to Courtbridge on a holiday just for the sake of it? You can tell you never kicked a ball, Baz, says Johnny. What would I kick a ball for? I was far too intelligent to be a football player. Tell you. talked far too much. It seems like you need stronger glasses to see better. Who, me? We lost Kyogo and Kuhn, says Monty. Yeah, but the squad's stronger. The lure of Buckfast. Mind you, that's true. That's it. That's the lure of Buckfast. You can get that anywhere in the world now. God, you can bound to get it in America. Of course you can. There's a little British shop. You know how back home do you still say packy shops? Corner shops. We've got a British shop that sells Bucky. We're the fucking... Look at that cunt. He's away to that fucking bastard English shop. Fucking get his bottle of Bucky. Anyway. We used to set this 4th of July here in Dunoon when the Yanks had their base here, says Ewan. God, that was a long time ago. Right, let's see what some more headlines are saying. It is all about... Sky Sports is now talking about it. It is a done deal. Celtic transfer news. Inamura joins Scottish champions on a 4-year deal. Why was it only a 4-year deal, this one? He's 23-year-old. Everyone else that we've been signing's on 5-year deals. Which means that Celtic either think he's going to be absolutely brilliant. Because if you go along with the current business model, and clean that fan, fucking dust blowing everywhere. The current business model of Celtic, it's get them in on 5-year deals and then sell them in the second year. And the only one that we've made a decent profit on has been Kyogo so far. And that didn't work out too well for him. Couldn't out, happy day. He gave up. I still say packy shop. I didn't know if it was politically incorrect to still say that's no PC. But well, somebody's just said it. The corner shop bars of the Asian persuasion. It's no politically correct. See, this is what I laugh about when. It's like, see, when you come away from the UK and it's like, see everything that's politically correct in the UK, and then you hear the way that the Spanish talk, you're like, fuck me, you'd never get away with saying that in the UK. It's hilarious, man. And it's even with the abbey near me sells a bottle for 15 quid. 15 quid? Is that what it is for a bottle of Bucky? It cannot be 15 quid. Bucky tastes like Calpol. The Hamilton Aki shot bars. The Sacred Grape. It's alright, I can get better wine out here for €2. It's way better. Anyway, there's been 106 votes for that. So I'm going to do one last vote. There is 15 minutes to go. There is 15 minutes to go, and I'm going to put this one out to the community, actually. Now, this won't be just me doing what we've got 15 minutes, we've got 5 minutes or so. Every season, as you know, people that have been subscribed to the channel for a long time know that I try to change things up at the beginning of the season, whether it's the thumbnails, whether it's the way that the channel looks, with the display, like it is. It's been like this for over a year now, and there's always things that I try to bring in every year, whether it be at the poll. You know, there's always something. I try and tweak the channel just for that little bit of Kaizen. And Google Kaizen, it means continuous improvement, and it's a Japanese terminology. And this season I'm just trying to see how we can just maintain the current status of the channel, but take it to that little bit next level. So with that being said, should we do full game watch-alongs this season? Now, a lot of the watch-alongs may not have me in it at all. I think that we're starting to get a nice little bit of a community, and I would like to grow that side of the channel. And I think it's an interesting thing. It's something that it's hard to do when you're doing the channel yourself, to sit for 3 hours, especially when you're a 50-year-old mate and you're fucking bladder the size of a fucking walnut, the missus says. So I want to put it out there. I always try and improve the channel. I try my hardest, and it may not be to everyone's liking the way the channel's run, but I think that this could be a way to take it to that little bit next level. And even if it meant me doing the warm-up show and the likes of Kaiser, maybe Michelle, I don't know, doing the watch-along, it will be people that do contribute to the channel, and I just think that it would be, and then I could maybe do the full-time show afterwards. It's just a thought, and I always try to involve everyone. I mean, to be honest, there was somebody said that I try to make this channel all about me. It's not. It's never about me. It's never. The fucking name of it's called the One Celtic Fan's View. Do you know, it's One Celtic Fan's View, and I've always tried to make this a community, and I just wanted the bucket drink along Baz. No. So it's just a thought. We've got 55 votes in on that already. I might put it out to the community tab. Kaiser thinks it's a nice idea. Lorna says I do great. Spanish CSC collabs. Do you know the worst thing about the Spanish Celtic supporters is they've all got their own agendas and their own little bars that they go to, and even though there's 4 round about here, a lot of it's all retired guys, and the last thing that they want to do is somebody sitting with a fucking phone and a laptop doing watch-alongs in their pubs. Without you, fuck all. Yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be without. Please don't make it a Celtic State of Mind moan fest. No, it wouldn't be a moan fest, Lanky. I wouldn't have it like that at all. It would only be for watch-alongs. It would be for watch-alongs, and that's it. It wouldn't be for anything else. Nothing else would change on the channel. This is just for games, during games. And it's just to have other people on so that I'm not having to sit for a whole fucking hour and a half. And it's like I can nip to the loo, grab a bit of scran. Do you know what I mean? And it will save me going to the pub. But it would be nothing like that. I would never have nothing like that. Me and Baz moaning never happened. And that's why I thought we could maybe get a female in, because I don't know if there's many females on the other channels. But it's just a thought. I like to put these things out there, and you know how it takes me ages to change things. Wear a man nappy. Fuck, hire a Spanish cleaner. Watch along for reactions will be class. Watch along for reactions. Yeah, I just think it's a way of increasing the channel. It would just be during game time. Oh, that's the phone telling me Celtic's starting in 15 minutes. Yeah, I know that. Notifications. Anyway, Baz, I can't make the games anymore, and my boys use my tickets, and I watch along. It was class. Says Big Des. You'll need to get massive green sunglasses for the watch along. We'd need to do something different. Like I could get green ones that have got lights on them. How did it? It's melting. Like, see if I turn the camera. I don't know. No, the fans will be over there. I've got the roof fans off. The fans over there. We've got the air conditioning on. Get one of the Celtic women's team because they're ranked wrong. That's terrible. Yeah, we've got the aircon on and we've been in and out of the pool a couple of times. So yeah, Perfect, Kaiser. Perfect. I won't start it until the season starts. I won't start it until the season starts, and then it'll just be for the games. So just so that people know that it's as long as you don't sing. Get a Republican band behind you. Hire a Spanish leprechaun to do it. Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's finish that poll up because it's pretty convincing. 20% say no. Tell me why not. Tell me the reasons for not. Because I'm up for not doing it. I've got the heating on. Jesus. Anyway, right. Are we going to get ready to go and watch this game? A Celtic even. Let's get Celtic on here. Oh fuck! Could you put Celtic TV on and see if it started? Oh Lord, it started, she said. It is friggin' boiling. It is boiling. Need a Rebel sing-along. The problem with a Rebel sing-along is it gets copyrighted. It gets copyrighted. I think the 19% think that you're wankers. That's alright, Kaiser. At least they're on the channel subscribed. You know what I mean? I don't care about the ones that say it to my face. It's the ones that say it on other fucking on other channels. It's hard to concentrate on the game and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, it is. But there's a lot of successful channels do it. There is a lot of successful channels do it. Only 19%. I can't exactly. 19% out of how many? How many subscribers do we have? Oh wait. Get rid of that. Oofed! Oh, we need to stay on now, don't we? Oh my days. Oh my, I didn't know that was going to happen. I've purposely not been looking at it. I did say that before the first pre-season game, we would get to a specific number. Hire Marty Pello. That's terrible. And I mean, he looks like a fun guy. I watched him at the weekend, but I'm sure his crosses. Unbelievable. Well, we're one away. But what an achievement! What an absolutely fantastic achievement on this day, such an emotional day for Celtic. I never knew that it was near that. I knew it was close, but I thought it might be this weekend that it would happen. But yeah, we're there. Thank you to everyone. Marty Pello recovery. Has it started yet? Has Celtic? Someone subscribe. I would need to. I could probably do it, but the coverage just started on Celtic TV. I don't think so. Yes, in there. Get in. It's we've just hit 22,000. On you go, Lucky. There you go. Kaiser's cheated the system. I don't care. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, you can all get ready and go and watch. There's been brilliant numbers tonight. No signal on Celtic TV yet on the stick. Celtic TV's down. Don't tell me. First game of the season. And I've got to say, actually, talking about Celtic TV, I sent an email to Celtic TV over the last couple of days asking what's the difference between their standard package and their premium rate package. Now, there's about four or £5 of a difference. And I emailed Celtic TV asking what's the difference between the packages. And they sent me a reply back, where are you? And I said, I'm in Spain. What's that to do with it? And they sent me a reply back. I'll read the reply. Where is it? Google. The reply that I got for Celtic was unbelievable. And I thought, I'm trying to give you money here. Thanks for the email. We have a monthly option and an annual option for overseas. $21.99. And I was like, there's a standard option. It says on the website. Please let us know if you need further information. Web help team. It takes them 24 hours to reply to anything. It does take them 24 hours to reply to anything. Which is unbelievable. What a number. What a number. What a journey. What a journey. The game should be up in 5 minutes. Thank you, Edward. Thank you. Big Des, no chance. I don't think any Celtic channel, supporters channel, will hit 100k. There's not the audience. Just personal opinion. 22 to go. You've got the key to the pause. Brilliant. I did say that it would happen today. At the end of last season, remember. Scott, where did you send it to? Where did you send the message to, Scott? Let's see if I can log on. It's a different account on here, isn't it? Nope, different account. We got one. Nah. There's not enough Celtic fans that if he's hitting 100,000 it's because he's hitting a wider audience. Baz has more sub than Sevco TV. There's nothing on Celtic TV yet. It'll be on in 5 minutes. The Celtic TV is just unbelievable sometimes. You send it to the web team. Nah, Scott, I don't know where you sent the message to, so. Come on, Celtic, what are they playing at? What are people saying on Twitter with Celtic TV? Celtic have been making a massive thing about this game tonight as well. Celtic TV are saying nothing. They're not even giving you a time that it's starting, are they? Celtic TV. Just says kick-off 7:45. And that is it. Yeah. Peter Grant is talking on Celtic TV, and right, it should be on now. Right, if that is up and running now, thank goodness. And we have had over 3,280 people on the live. It says stay tuned. Nah. Has it even got music or anything? Has it got music or that on? No, does Celtic TV have music on? A white spinning circle, typical. Yeah, I'm going to come off this and come out and back in again. Right, I'm going to come off this because I'm going to reboot my Fire Stick and the internet and everything and try and get... Because people are saying it's up and working. Right, I'm going to reboot the internet and try and get this working. Have a fantastic day. We'll be on... Will we come on after the game or will it be too late? Yeah, we'll come on after the game and we'll talk about this. Have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.